Dear students, Jai Hind, very good morning to our e-learning session. And today, in chapter number 12, I already has titled chapter 12, Electricity. Understand, in today's lecture number 7, we are going to discuss topic also 10.7.1 to whatever. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss in detail about heating effect of electric current. That is what we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Now, my dear student, just before we start today's topic, make one thing clear. In lecture number 126, the discussion regarding electricity is over. Now the topic we start is regarding heating effect of electric current. That is what we are going to discuss now. Okay, before I start today's topic, okay, that is our lecture number, as you know, dear student, lecture number 7, the last in today's in chapter number 12, electricity. And the topic which we are discussing today is, that is topic number 10.7. We are writing the topic number for your convenience, that you read from material also, you will get that topic number easily. Understand? And even sometime when you want to refer, some student are even trying to refer from textbook, okay, then also you will get the idea. Okay, so today's topic which we are discussing is heating effect of electric current. Okay, now my dear student, the title itself gives us an idea that here in this topic we are going to discuss about how electric current can be converted into heat energy. That is called heating effect of electric current. Have you seen this practically happening at home? Understand? Do you know that conversion of electric current into heat is an inevitable event to happen? You can't ignore that particular process where electric current will convert into heat. Obviously, my dear student, you see at home, I am not talking of just now the conceptually, just remove from your mind electric iron, electric oven, electric heater, understand, electric geyser. Remove all this from your mind. Those are those such devices which are specially designed for the purpose of conversion of electric energy into heat energy. That is what not our first target to discuss. Because those devices which I just now spoke, electric oven, electric heater, electric room heater, electric water heater, electric geyser, all devices are specially designed for the purpose of converting electric current into heat. They are purposefully fabricated and designed for this purpose. But do you practically also experience that whenever you run any device in your home, thinking karo khali. Suppose you keep on electric bulb or tube light, switch on for a long period of time, tube light switch on karo and keep it on for a long period of time, and then you કરવાનું નથી, understand? Then you just try to touch, you feel hotter. Actually, tube light is not a device used to convert electric energy into heat energy, then also it becomes hotter. Understand? Similar case with electric fan. You run electric fan and you keep it on for some good period of time, it becomes hot, try to touch it. Even your computer also, your CPU also, when you work on it for a long period of time, you touch, it feels hot. Radio, tape recorder, even television, today's LCD, LEDs, all, when you keep them on for some long period of time and touch, they feel hotter. That means everywhere, wherever there is electric circuit, wherever there is current flow, production of heat energy is an inevitable, understand, inevitable, not ignorable event going to happen. Electricity whenever pass through any circuit, any device, heat energy is going to be produced. Understand? So this is the general phenomenon we observed in daily life. Understand? That means one thing is clear in your mind. The moment electric current pass through any wire, the wire is going to become hotter. Understand? Means the device is going to become hotter. So one thing is clear in our mind. Whenever, suppose my dear student, I just saw a wire, understand? Suppose from this wire, okay, when electric current pass through this wire, this wire becomes hotter, that is confirmed. Passing of electric current will turn this wire hotter. And as you know, my dear student, those topics are quite clear in your mind. I do not need to narrate it. No electric current will pass until we establish potential difference between two ends of the wire. ये तो आपको खबर है. Until you apply potential difference between two ends of the wire, understand, electric current is not going to pass. Whenever potential difference is applied, electric current has to pass, means charge has to pass, understand? But my dear student, one very important and intrinsic property of every material found in the world, and that is called resistance, as you all Understand, there is always resistance offered to the electric current flowing through this wire. Understand, resistance is always offered, that you all know, my dear student. So make one thing very clear, that whenever electric current pass through any wire, the wire becomes hotter, because to move the charge from one end of the conductor to another end, you have to do work that you all know we discussed in lecture number 2 regarding electric potential and potential difference. You all know. To flow the charge from one end to another end, here I am just taking an example of wire. You may talk of entire electric circuit, but to make the topic more simpler for your understanding, I am never talking of entire circuit. Understand, I am talking of one wire only. So whenever you want to understand flow charge means electric current, from one end to another end, you have to do some work on this charge that you all know very well. Understand, my dear student? You know the formula also, just remind it. If you can remember, what is the meaning of electric potential or potential difference? Work done to carry the charge from one point to another point. Understand, that is called electric potential. You know this very well. We have already understood this particular formula in our lecture number 2. V equals to W upon Q. Here, my dear student, I am again and again I was speaking one word. Work is to be done. Okay. Work is to be done to carry charge from one end of the wire to another end. Understand? So how much work I have to do if charge is in coulomb and potential difference is V? Can we multiply this? So I can say W equal to V into Q. So one thing is clear in your mind, my dear student. If you want to move charge across conductor having potential difference V volt and charge is Q coulomb, then how much work I have to do? W equals to V into Q. This is clear in your mind? Okay. W equal to V into Q. Now, my dear student, whatever work you do, whatever work we have to do to move the charge from here to there is actually can be seen in the form of heat energy. Okay. So instead of W, I can write H. H means the work done got converted into heat energy is equal to, my dear student, each and everything. V. Can you remember Ohm's law? V equal to I into R. Let us replace it here. In place of V, let me utilize Ohm's law, I into R. Okay. In place of Q, can you remember the formula for current? What was that? I equals to Q upon T. Can you remember? Now just cross multiply what we get. Q equals to I into T. Let us replace in place of Q I into T. So therefore, what we got, my dear student? Therefore, H is equal to I into I, that is I square RT. Understand? So we derive formula of heat energy which can be produced when electric current pass through any circuit, any device, any wire. Understand actually this particular formula. H equals to I square into RT. This particular formula is also, my dear student, known as Joule's law of heating. Okay, Joule's law of heating. Actually, what this law suggests? That heat energy, when electric current pass through wire, the heat energy generated in the wire depends on three particular factors. First, I, amount of current passing through the wire. That means, and here I square, my dear student, means more current, more production of heat energy. Less current, less production of heat energy means heat energy produced depends on three factors. First, I, that is amount of current passing in the device, means in circuit, in wire. R, that means resistance of the material. Understand? Third, time period for which current is passed through the wire. Okay, so my dear student, heat energy, whenever electric current pass through any wire, the heat energy, dissipation of heat energy is an inevitable process, my dear student. You can't do anything with that. Whenever electric current pass through wire, heat energy is going to be produced. That's compulsory. It is going to be produced. Understand? But the point is that heat energy produced depends on three factors. First, amount of current passing through the wire, means conductor. Second, resistance of the conductor. Third, time period for which amount of current passing through the conductor. So it depends on three factors: I, R and T. Okay, depends on three factors: I, R and T. Okay, this is also known as Joule's law of heating. In one line, they can ask you, explain Joule's law of heating, or what is Joule's law of heating by formula H equal to I square RT. I obviously measured in ampere, R resistance in ohm, time T in second, and heat energy produced obviously from Joule's name in joules. Understand? So this is the way we can understand that electricity or electric current can easily be converted into heat energy. Understand? So many practical application, understand, of heat energy are there. Suppose let us discuss some practical application. Suppose, my dear student, just check your mind. Just try to list out how many devices you have seen where electric energy means electric current is converted into heat energy. So as you all know, electric iron, to be more specific, electric iron used to press the clothes. That is the simplest example of conversion of electric energy into heat energy. Then, as you know, my dear student, electric room heater, electric water geyser, electric heater, water heater. Understand, even electric oven, nowadays electric cigarette, all are actually example of conversion of electric energy into heat energy. All can be together called heating appliances. What you can say them? Heating appliances. They convert electric energy into heat energy. That is one practical application of this particular principle, heating effect of electric current. Now, my dear student, is there any other practical application of conversion of electric energy into heat energy? Definitely, my dear student, you all know about electric bulb. Okay, what is actually there in electric bulb? First application, so we talked about all heating appliances. Okay, practical application in heating appliances. I mentioned few names, as you all know, but same is also utilized in electric bulb actually. Understand, we are not talking of LED bulb nowadays available. We are talking of those simple electric bulb consisting of filament which we were using initially. Understand? So what happens? Actually, what is there in electric bulb if we just try to understand? So in electric bulb, if you can remember, in electric bulb, actually a filament type wire is there, okay? Like this. Understand, this is electric bulb, this is filament. Actually, my dear student, this filament is kept in electric bulb for one particular purpose, that whenever electric current will flow, this filament is made up of such a metal which offer high resistance to electric current. Understand? So, take an example, the filament of bulb are sometimes made up of tungsten whose melting point is more than 3000 degrees Celsius. So, it is not going to melt easily. But what happens actually when electric current flows through it? Understand, that electric current when flows through the filament, it can be observed in two ways. One, heating of the bulb. Not only that, but this filament also dissipate the heat and part of the heat energy produced in the form of light. Understand? That's why electric bulb lights up, but the filament needs to be of such metal which offer high resistance and has a very high melting point in the range of 3800 around degrees Celsius, like tungsten. Not then also, to maintain the temperature of the filament, that it does not rise more than certain limit, The actually electric bulb are filled with some inactive gases like nitrogen or argon. Understand? Even those gases are also sometimes filled in tube lights also. So actually, if you have seen, whenever you try to break the bulb or tube light, you hear some thunder type of a minute sound. Understand? That is the gas is filled here. So that is one another practical use of heating effect of electric current. Another practical use. Okay. Third use that, my dear student, you all know very well. That is, and the third use is also very important for us. That is safety fuse, as you all know. Safety fuse. To understand the mechanism of safety fuse, my dear student, let us just try to understand it. Okay, this way. Just now I am erasing it. Now you know very well. Okay. What actually safety fuse is? You all know very well that safety fuse in our home, if you have seen, are actually made up of porcelain holder with two metallic ends, if you know. Safety fuse, understand? Safety fuse. If you know, look like this, understand safety fuse? You all must be knowing and you may have seen it also. Safety fuse, okay. Right, it looks like this somewhat. Okay, and they are provided with metallic ends, and between this metallic end one wire is, if you understood, right? Okay, these safety fuse are actually made up of, says my dear student, porcelain holder. Okay, porcelain holder, these are metallic ends. Okay, and this is actually fuse wire. Right, now what happens, as I told you that your kWh meter, understand this kWh meter in your home, you must see this practically also. kWh meter, two wires, understand, one is red and one is blue, black, whatever. Okay, two wires which come from external circuit are also entering this fuse, as you must know. Okay, now what happens, dear student? From this fuse only electric current flows in your home, that you all know, in your home, understand? So actually this safety fuse is, that's why the name is safety fuse. It is one type of protection for us. This wire is either made up of any particular metal, maybe aluminum, copper, tin, etc. Alloys of those metal. Understand? It needs to have, this wire needs to have some some good melting point. Understand? Reasonably good melting point. Now what happens? Electric current which comes in our home is actually alternating AC current, that you should know. It is AC current which flows our home. Okay, it is AC current. Now what happens, dear student? AC current is highly fluctuating current. If I just show you, AC current is highly fluctuating current, this way. So now what happens, my dear student? If such high fluctuation occurs in India domestically, we are receiving a current of 50 hertz frequency. That means in 1 second it is going to alter 50 times. So what happens when such fluctuation of current take place? Suppose suddenly the current increases, understand, which we call overloading sometime. Then what happens? This fuse wire gets immediately overheated and breaks. This fuse wire, due to overloading, breaks, and it will not allow that overloaded current to flow in your home, and it save from any damage or any short circuit. That's why in fuse wire also a practical application of heating effect of electric current can be utilized, my dear student. Is it clear in your mind? So you have to be very sure regarding practical application of heating effect of electric current. Understand, right? So in textbooks 10.7.1, that is practically heating effect, practical application of heating effect of electric current. If you have seen those street light lamp, you know that, called sodium vapor lamp. What is that? Actually they are also filled with that vapor, and when this vapor get heated, it illuminates the light. Understand? So that is also one of the best example of heating effect of electric current. Understood? So this way, this topic, heating effect of electric current and practical application of heating effect of electric current, gets over here. And my dear student, the last topic we take of this chapter, and the chapter is over. Okay. That we just have to discuss a simple about electric power, that you all know. Actually about electric power you all know, my dear student. I don't think that power is anyway new word for you. Understand? About power, student can be there who don't understand power actually. Okay? Power. Power means you have understood in work energy and power that power is actually the rate of doing work. More speedier the work done in less time, more power. But here we are talking of electric power, but the concept applies of that power only. Actually there, when you are discussing about power, what you were writing the formula, can you remember? Power equal to, what is that? Rate of doing work, that is work upon time, if you can remember. Here the work is done by, because we are talking of electric power. Okay. So here whatever work is to be done to run every device in your home is done by electric energy. Okay, my dear student, means electric current. Okay. So actually here in electric power, when you define, it looks like it is electric power means electric energy consumed in unit time. Electric energy consumed means ultimately the work done in running all devices. Understood, right? So can I replace this power by symbol P? Work by symbol W, time by symbol T. Now here, my dear student, now we have studied the formula V into Q upon T. Okay. Now let us try to manipulate this formula and try to design some of the different formulas of power. That is very important practically when We will solve some example at that time. Okay, see my dear student. V, if I separate this Q upon T, you remember Q upon T is the formula of I? So V into I, one formula of power is already here, work upon time. One formula of power, another, P equal to V upon I. Whenever you are given voltage, you are given current, you are able to find power, or power given, voltage given, you are able to find current. Suppose power given, current given, you are able to find voltage. P equal to V I. Let us try to get another formula. I write it again. P equals to V upon, V into I. You know Ohm's law? What is Ohm's law? V equal to IR, but if I want to replace it here, so V equal to IR, that you all know. If I transfer R here, I equal to V upon R, let us replace it here, V upon R. So it become V square upon R, another formula of power. 3 formula, W upon T, V into I, V square upon R. Actually power is measured in watts, that you all know. You studied in 9th standard. Work is measured in joule, you all know. Time is measured in second, you all know. But there is one another unit of power also. Speak about this, volt into ampere. So my dear student, these are some tricky question or true false. You all know the unit of power is what? Maybe to measure the power of high range, kilowatt, megawatt, whatever. But in true false, in section A, if they ask that the unit of power is volt into ampere, true or false, at that time, my dear student, you have to be very smart to remember volt into ampere is also unit of power. They may confuse you by, is it true statement, power equal to volt whole square upon ohm? So that is also unit of power only. Understood? So this way you have to remember. Okay. So power is measured in kilowatt, megawatt, high range. Actually watt is such a small quantity of power. That's why practically we design one another unit, kilowatt, kW. 1 kilowatt, you know, 1000 watt. Practically, just now in my previous lecture and in this lecture I spoke one word, kWh meter. Just try to explain the meaning of this word, kWh. kW kilowatt, H means R. So actual unit of power means unit of electric energy, right? Just try to understand, student. Let me explain you. Practical unit of measuring electricity. Okay. See. P equal to, can you tell me, W upon T, you know? P means power, W means electric energy, T means time. Now as you know that electric energy comes in our home, which is utilized to run various devices, and you pay electricity bill to the government for electric energy utilized in our home. How will government charge you? They have to fix some rate so that they can design your electricity bill. Understand? Suppose you utilize some amount of electric energy, government has to charge you the bill for that. So for that purpose, one practical unit of electric energy has been designed. How? Just cross multiply, W equal to P into T. W means electric energy, can be measured in, okay. Now my dear student, power will be replaced by not watt, by kilowatt. Time will be replaced by hour. So try to understand, 1 kilowatt means how many watt? 1000 watt. Okay. Into 1 hour means how many second? 3600 seconds. So it is 360000 watt into second means joule. So my dear student, when you consume 1 unit of electric energy, 1 unit means 1 kWh. That means 1 kWh electric energy means how much energy, to be specific? 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. This much energy is to be supplied. You understood this? Okay, my dear students. So practical application of practical unit of measuring electric energy. That's why when you speak 1 unit, that means 1 kWh. 1 unit electric energy consumed means how much electric energy consumed? 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. And government is charging per unit whatever rate they decide, which are fluctuating. Sometime 2.5 rupees, sometime 3 rupees, whatever charge the government has to finalize it. Understand? And that way electricity bill is designed. Now at least, because you are free at home, check your electricity bill. No doubt written in Gujarati, but you will be able to understand. હાલનું રીડિંગ, પાછલું રીડિંગ ચેક કરજો. તો એ હાલનું રીડિંગ એટલે કરંટ રીડિંગ, how many unit are showing kWh meter. અને પાછલું રીડિંગ એટલે બેક રીડિંગ, when you pay your last bill. Just subtract them, you will get how much unit of electric energy is utilized in your home, multiplied by per unit charge. That become your electricity bill. No doubt some taxes are also added. Then some fixed rate for provision of electric meter by PGVCL department, that is also charged. That way your electricity bill is designed. You understood, dear student? So in today's lecture, in lecture number 7, I explained you heating effect of electric current, practical application of heating effect of electric current, and I also explained you regarding electric power. This chapter ends in these 7 lectures. Okay. Now my dear student, what I am planning is that may it happen that we will dedicate one more lecture. Though when we will meet live, we are definitely going to solve some numericals, understand, regarding all this. But it may take time also, and just now the topic are freshen in your mind. So I want to dedicate one lecture for solving those numerical which you can understand online through me very easily. So such 7 to 8 numericals we are planning to do in our lecture number 8. Otherwise this chapter theoretically gets over here. Okay, my dear student, physics is over. Concentrate. Next chapter may be the foundation, which is actually cancelled by NCERT board. Okay. Theoretically it is over already. This particular chapter number 12, electricity. Okay. Again my advice and instruction, like I gave in chemistry, read at home, thoroughly at home. Try to understand each and every topic, read them, understand them. Okay, because this chapter, chapter number 4, chapter number 12, are most important and carrying much significance in in higher standard when you go understand. So concept of electricity has to be very very clear in your mind. Okay my dear student, so today in lecture number 7 the topic is over. Okay, chapter is over. Thank you very much from Bharat sir.